Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the April call, and thank you so much for bearing with me and joining in on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. So I know this feels odd because it's Monday, it's Eclipse Day. Purdue might win the NCAA championship, so there's just a lot of things happening. But the YMCA's we're an adaptable bunch, so I know we can roll with it. But again, thank you. Yeah, let me just start admitting people and then we will get started in just a couple of minutes. How's everyone doing out there?
As you said, it's Monday. Today is the
Yeah.
best day of my twins, so I'm going to jump off right after my two slides. I apologize.
Perfect. It's all good. And remember, for those of you that plan on going outside in a couple of hours, you must have the appropriate and very cool glasses.
I don't think anyone can say those are cool. I'm just sorry to tell you that. I'm very sorry.
I think I might, I'm all ready to participate in like a Devo music video with those glasses. So I'm not throwing them away.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta save them. All right. Well, it's a couple of minutes after. Well, I'm still letting in a bunch of people, so maybe we wait another moment here. Yes, but again, welcome for all of you that just joined the call. Again, I appreciate
A
you
lot of people
joining
there.
us on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. And yeah, we're about to kick this thing off in a moment.
Yes.
And as always, I'll post these right to the YouTube channel. So for any of your friends that aren't on the call because it's a Monday, then just please ask them to go to the YouTube channel and they can view these at their leisure. All right, great. Well, let me start this off. Again, welcome to the April community call. We're glad to have so many of you here on an off day. We have a lot of great information to cover, and amongst the updates on where we're at in the roadmap, we're also going to talk a little bit about the process that we at YUSA follow, as well as a high level process of what vendors follow, the non-YUSA partners follow to push out releases. So yeah, you're seeing the agenda here. We're also going to have a quick update to the schedules component. And a quick demo on that. Let me admit a few more people. And right, I think we are going to talk through the March point release, which was pushed out very recently. So on March 26th, we did push out some fixes to Layout Builder, as well as the schedule tooling that Roman is going to demo shortly. And once we hand out these slides, then you can click on that link to the March release notes so you can see exactly what was pushed. Ooh, and I should definitely admit my boss. All right, he's joining the call. Can't leave him out. And right,
All right.
and yep, I got him in. And now let's talk about the upcoming releases.
Sorry, the screen change is not going as smoothly as I'd like today.
Yeah, no worries. No, thanks for running the show there. So the June 2024 release is largely unchanged from the last time we met. We'll introduce the advanced filtering for Activity Finder, and that Activity Finder will have the integration with Traction Rec. There is also a set of precise notes that need to be followed by the web developer as well as the Salesforce administrator, and those are available on GitHub for review. It's very detailed and written out. The colorways with Activity Finder compatibility is also on its way, as well as schedules compatibility for Layout Builder. Let's see, we have some more Layout Builder work with some overall user experience and administrator experience improvements. Let's see, the official font support for the Canadian colorway will be released. Right now, there's a little bit of adjustment that's needed just for the fonts, but that's being actively worked on. And let's see, the administrative improvements for internal weekly schedules, that is coming. On the backend side, we're going to have the update prepared to update to the 10.2 Drupal core release, which brings more security and hardening. Moving on to September, we have an update to the Vue.js backend, as well as a much desired dark mode for the design system. Also, we're going to have the small y template available. That is being worked on. And let's see, the colorways for schedules and membership calculator compatibility. That'll be updated to the latest look and feel. Let's see, there's a membership calculator redesign that includes some new financial aid estimator logic. And we're also going to see continued updates for the Drupal core and other contributed modules coming out. And then in December, we're currently planning that release. But what we're looking at now is some Bootstrap updates to affect the UI and the final work on the Vue.js backend updates. And we're also going to see some updated icon library work and a donation module feature.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to pass it over to Roman, who is going to very kindly demo for us, as soon as I can get the screen share to stop, there we go, who's going to very kindly demo for us the updates we've done to schedules. Roman, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second demo of Schedules Calendar. So let me share my screen, and let's get started. So let me know when you cannot see my screen.
You're good.
If good. So yes, last time we already demonstrated like the main functionality and the main purpose of it, but now it's become even more better. Yeah, and I think more interesting, more convenient. So yes, and long story short, so now you can actually do same as before, right? So you can go to content, you can select your schedules calendar, you can select some branch, for example. Let's be first one. Yes, you can switch view from week to day. So yes, same as before, you can change day, like you can change the week to next one, to previous one. As before, you can share the link, you can just copy it and send to your friends. Your friend will be exactly on the same week you sent and filter it with these categories you selected before sending to your friend. So same as before, but now it's as you can see, we have colors, so it's actually more, I would say, user friendly, right? So, and you can see like you can change that colors. So like some organizations, specific organizations can select own colors for each category. So it's customizable. It's not like kind of hard-coded, you know, so it's same for everyone. So actually no, and you can change it. But we will back to it later a bit. And now we have another improvement actually for configuration. As you know, we have configuration for schedules calendar, and we add to it more things. And now actually, you can limit the working kind of time, you know, so you can select starting time and ending time on your calendar for your week actually. So you can limit it, right, for certain period of time. on these settings. And it means that for each organization, you can display its hours, you know, when there are events. So, and there will not be extra like empty space. When you can scroll, you actually should scroll to events, right? So I think that's a good improvement, and of course it's configurable for everyone. So, and yes, you can select your own range of period. And second improvement, actually download PDF. As before, you can download PDF and you can download as weekly schedule, and for daily schedule the same. You can download it as PDF. But now, actually, before it was like some issues for different devices, but now you can download it from any device independent, like phone, laptop, or any other device. And it should look actually the same. And right now it's more compact, you know, so it's only one page. Before it was like, it depends. In some cases it was like 2 pages, you know, and yeah. So now it's 1 page, and yeah, it's more compact. So it would be better if you want to print it. Yes.
Awesome.
Then this dynamic color integration, as you can see, like it's more nice, right? And before, like on our previous demo, if you wanna have some colors for events, you have to create new event, and it was a field here at the bottom. You should select the color for each event. So it's actually too complex, right? So like, I don't know, it's so hard to select the color for each event. So now it's like more automatic way, I would say, because you can select color for each activity, for each category, right? So of course, first time it's necessary to do, but only once. You can go here, like just find your category. For example, you can just edit it and select some activity color. Later a bit, I think we will add even more improvements, because right now you have to add like hex color here. It's easy, like find it, just copy this code and that's it, you know. But I think maybe even like later a bit, we will add even color picker or something like that.
Yep.
And yes, that's it. You need just add some color here, and that's it. And then just go to calendar, and you will see immediately updated color for all events related to this category. And we can filter it, for example, swim lessons. Okay, here's empty. Cardio maybe also empty. Okay, so, and as you can see, it's yeah, without page loading and etc. And that's shortly it. Thank you. If you have any questions, suggestions, please let me know, and yeah, in chat or via voice. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Roman. I appreciate that. I'm going to steal the screen share back from you, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Awesome, thank you. All right, we're very excited about this. And for many of you here, you use a third-party CRM. The benefit of something like this is, as we all know in the Y space, it is very challenging to deal with the multitude of schedules that happens within your facilities. This could be swim schedules, childcare schedules, all those sorts of things. And organizationally, we all have a habit of using PDF schedules that we put into our website. Well, those aren't accessible because they can't be read by screen readers and things like this. So this is the step to help get away from the PDF schedules and moving yourselves towards a more website crawl friendly schedule, as well as something that can still be downloaded and exported to a PDF should you want to leave them at the front desk. So very excited about that. It is available to be used. There's quite a few applications for it, and let us know if you have any questions. So I'm going to start talking a little bit here about the release cycle, and I'm assuming the screen share is working properly, so let me know if it isn't. Perfect, thanks, Shelley. There has been a number of questions about when you as an organization update your releases, when you make changes to your code, how we get stuff into the distribution, how our cycle for planning and processing works within the Slack channels and the community boards. So we wanted to help answer those questions and provide some greater clarity for you guys. So where do the ideas come from? Fundamentally, they come from you in varying different routes. So some people are very kind and they submit them through the roadmap DS-docs here, that link that you can see in the title. A lot of it come from community calls and your questions and things like that as we see it. Some come from implementations from the various vendors as they're trying to implement something. They say, well, what if my clients are asking for this, or my clients are asking for that? That could be from us, it could be from YUSA, it could be from one of the other vendors. It's part of communications or through Slack conversations. I tried to implement this and I'm having a hard time. So that's where the bulk of them come from. And then there's also some that come from structural at YUSA, coming down, things that they're working for their partnerships as well. So we try to group all those things together and then prioritize the work. We start by estimating the tickets. We only have so much velocity we can execute in each quarter. So we prioritize the tickets based on what we can get done. We collaborate with YUSA on their goals to make sure that they work. And then we split the work between the core agencies. Once it's split into quarterly buckets, we select priorities for that bucket. Sometimes we overplan and get overzealous. We try not to, but sometimes we do, and stuff gets sort of bumped around. So occasionally last year, you may have saw some things get bumped around. One of our layout builder releases, we were over ambitious and we didn't make it. So that's why stuff sort of shucked it out. And then we can go, all the dev work starts. Once it's completed, it's QA'd and it goes for review. Once it's ready for review, it gets released to you guys in the public. Couple things I want to note, and this is a conversation that came up in Slack last week. So just to note, as you see, as Tom so kindly pointed out at the start of this call, we plan months and ahead. We're currently planning December. So if you're looking for something and you're needing something, let us know as soon as possible. When years ago, probably about 2.5 years ago, your community, we put a poll out and we said, how far in advance do you want us? And you guys said 6 months to 6 to 12 months. So we're trying very hard to give you a 6 to 12 month roadmap, but it does mean that we have a 6 to 12 month roadmap. So if you're looking for something, there is a timeline when stuff gets put in. Now, if there's a security bug or a fix or issue of that nature, we'll prioritize those often and we leave room in each release to bring those up so that they can get done. When is release day? So we talk a lot about release day. Our next one is in June. It means the code is open and available for you, your vendors, to take and use as you want. The main code repo is tagged with a new version, and both the technical and client-facing documents have been updated, so you can go in and take a look. Following the release, partners and YUSA take time to integrate the updates with the existing sites. This can be done in a lot of different ways, so we're going to take a few minutes to just talk about how that works. So if you're working with a non-YUSA partner, I ask you to please talk to your partner. They will each have a unique rollout cycle for this, but having worked in this community long enough, I know those are quite robust. So talk to your partner. They will explain to you how they roll it out and what their options are, and you most likely will be talking to your project manager or account manager. Tom, will you take us through how YUSA does it, please?
Right. So thanks, Kylie. So with YUSA or YMCA's cloud hosting service, really what we've always endeavored to do is to update your site, keep it running without your active involvement. And that's how we can offer the sites in like this SaaS model. So when a new release is released from this team to the code distribution, then the team that I manage kicks into gear, and we schedule integrating that code into each site that we're hosting. But that process is done relatively serially, meaning we pick each site and we'll do that code migration on our end, and then we have like 3 different environments, well, 2 besides the live, that we go through for part of our testing. So first we hit our staging environment and we merge the code, we release it to staging. And this is probably the easiest but time-consuming testing because we're doing side-by-side testing against the live site just to make sure functionality hasn't changed outside of whatever feature that we're releasing, and that the UI is matching between stage and live, and that nothing unplanned has been released. So this is our regression testing as well as our functionality testing. And once we've approved that, then we will merge this code with what we call our pre-live environment. And this isn't really a place to test for bugs. We've already done that in stage, but this is to just reconfirm our deployment methodology. So it's like our final check before we push to the live site. So once we deploy to pre-live, do some, quick sanity and regression testing. Then we can schedule that time in the overnight hours to deploy to the live site. Once we do that deployment, of course, we're doing another set of testing just because it's, best to be paranoid instead of let mistakes go through. So roughly that process, we're looking at between a week to 2 weeks per site, depending on how much functionality was released.
Awesome.
All right, and then just kind of a quick note on, depending on if you're hosted with us or hosted with with another one of our partners, how fast do sites need to be updated? At YUSA, we're keeping the sites updated with the latest core releases. For sites that are hosted with partners, that may or may not necessarily be the plan you want to follow. So if a release doesn't have functionality that your site is actively capitalizing on, and if there's no security or core updates, then maybe you don't want to contact your vendor to update your site. It's really up to you. So the general rule of thumb is that updating quarterly is really your best bet. Once or twice a year is an absolute must. Again, thinking about security, thinking about Drupal core. And also knowing whether there's like a hot fix or a security issue announced by the core team, that's really your signal to update. Again, for YUSA hosted sites, we're on that. So you don't have to proactively contact us. We're going to do that. But for those of you working with a partner where maybe you're more in the driver's seat to make that decision, please keep these guidelines in mind. There's some depreciation dates. There's some deprecated things that are coming down the road here. The deprecation of paragraphs. So that's the current method of putting it. Well, I shouldn't say current anymore. Before layout builder. Yes, older. Thank you. That method of creating content is going to be deprecated on December 8th of this year. And what I want to stress is that doesn't mean that that the content is going to be pulled from the website or that it will suddenly not work. That code will always be on the website. So you can migrate off of that content on your own timetable. Just know that since it is deprecated after December 8th, the core team will not be releasing new functionality or like security or bug fixes, I should say, for the paragraphs. Likewise, with the Rose and Lily theme, that is being deprecated on September 9th. So again, it's not going away. It's just mean if you want feature enhancements or changes to Rose and Lily after September 9th, the core team has no hours to devote to that. Now, lastly, the virtual Y is being deprecated at the end of the calendar year. So if you have your virtual Y site hosted with a non-YUSA partner, again, that just means that the site will not receive updates. However, if your virtual Y site is hosted with YUSA, we are actually turning off those sites at the new year. And then some deprecations that have already come and gone are like the Activity Finder version 3, as well as Drupal 9, because we're now on Drupal 10.1, moving to 10.2 very soon.
Awesome. So just to make life a little bit easier, because we know these deprecation dates are coming, we will make sure that we get a slide on the DS-docs or a document page on the DS-docs specifically titled deprecation, as well as I think Shelly is going to put one into the cards where you guys can keep track over there. So we'll make sure that we get those in and easy for you guys to find and track in the next day or so, just so that you guys don't get confused or it doesn't get misplaced. So the question comes here is, when do I need to stop supporting some features? When it's not supported after 3 to 6 months. We recommend that, again, as Tom said, you can continue using it indefinitely. It just means that if a security, you have to be a little bit more aware, provided you're outside of the YUSA system, you have to be a little bit more aware that the security releases are needed and you can patch them directly to your site, should that be something you're wanting to do. And how do we get that information on all of this? You go to the community, you catch up with the calls and the recordings, you talk to your account manager, And Shelley, will you take us through all of the places they can find these things?
Absolutely happy to do so. So the best places to go, the best place to go to check out what our future roadmap is, in addition to these community call slides, is the website here listed at the bottom, ds-docs.y.org/roadmap. And on there, you'll be able to get an overview of all of our upcoming releases. And as Kylie mentioned, I will be including some important information about the deprecation dates as well for each upcoming release cycle, so that you guys can see upfront what will be expected to be deprecated at what time. Go ahead in there and please submit any ideas you have for upcoming releases, things that you might need for your website, anything like that, bug fixes, things like that. You can feel free to submit via that website. There's a submit feedback button in the top right-hand corner of the site. And I'm in there every week taking a look at your feedback. So please go ahead and let us know your thoughts. Thanks.
Awesome. And these are just a few other links if you ever need them. There's to the website, the documentation, the YouTube channel, our GitHub, which our developers use, as well as the Slack communication channel, all available for you guys and your needs. Tom, back to you.
Sorry about that. I was muted. Right. I mean, I think that's all we have. But I'll open up the floor. If there's any questions, please, go ahead and come off mute or just put them into the chat, and we can read those off and address them as they come.
I don't know if we have any, but you can always ask after the fact, ladies and gentlemen, in the Slack channel. I appreciate you guys changing dates for us today. So it's a slightly smaller than normal call, but if there is any questions, let us know. Otherwise, that's it, I think, Tom.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll have these slides and the video posted to Slack and our YouTube channel shortly this afternoon. So thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.